Hello, YouTube. Today I would like to just have a quick word and impressions on Chapter 7 Season 3 runners as a casual, constant player. I mainly play zero build, so maybe some of my takes just flat out don't really apply in build mode. I don't know. I've kind of fallen off of build mode, and I really want to make this video because this is the most interesting season launch I have ever seen in my life, and I have been around for literally every single season launch since Chapter 2, Season 6. And it's very weird because I think this is obviously like my favorite season in Chapter 7 just off of initial impressions, which is not really saying much. I think the content we've gotten in Chapter 7 it's been okay. Alright, it has been nothing to write home about. It has been nothing like other past chapters that I think is that interesting. But I don't know. I think this season is like 3 steps away from being peak.
Dude, is he dead? Let's go.
Consider our agreement complete.
No! No! Oh! No!
Now, if there's any awkward pauses during this video, it's because I'm completely freeballing off of just thoughts I've collected over the past 24 hours of total playtime. And one of my biggest issues with this season, starting off, is the chaos weapons, the chaos genre of weapons, the chaos reloader shotgun, and the chaos explosive AR. Now, as of recording this video is June 14th, trying to get it out on the same day. If it's not, well, sorry, guess it's not. But the Chaos Reloader shotgun did get vaulted and was replaced by the Warforged AR, which, you know what? I like it. I thought this was a good change, right? I thought this was good because there was 4 shotguns in the category before, that being the Chaos Reloader shotgun, the Striker Pump shotgun, the Maven Auto shotgun, and the Extending Focus shotgun. Now, the Striker, Extending Focus, and Maven are actually, pretty viable. I wouldn't say I'm a big fan of the Extending Focus shotgun, but I can work with it if that's all I got. And there is no reason you should carry any of the shotguns I just listed over the Chaos Reloader shotgun. It was stupid. You could hit headshot damage to the body, so it rewarded a less skillful shot with headshot damage and reloaded when you didn't have it equipped. So it's not like the Ranger shotgun where it's like, okay, I shoot this bullet, I'm not going to be able to shoot it again essentially the rest of the fight, at least in zero bullet terms. But I'm really happy that's vaulted. Alright, that was probably my biggest complaint with the season, which goes to show how much as I will be talking about the negatives in this video, how much the positives are there. I think this season is actually amazing. I'll get to that later. But now comes the Chaos Explosive AR. This thing launch day single-handedly ruined all my enjoyment for the season when it came out. This thing was busted. Alright, it did shotgun, mammoth pistol, sniper damage with an AR with like 40 rounds. Actually, I don't think it's that much, but that was how much was in the Mythic the other night. But they've balanced it out, kind of. With 2 sets of nerfs, which, yeah, it did help the problem. But it doesn't take away from the fact that this is just something Fortnite does, where they release something that's broken and act like a saint when they put it into a state of more reasonability and something where you're like, man, this is how it should have been launch day. This is how it should have been. Like, you guys were playtesting this season for a while, and to none of you guys, this ever seemed like a little bit absurd. Now, this is not a jab against the Fortnite dev team and anybody at Epic Games. I think with what Epic Games is going through right now, I do understand that maybe parts of season development is going to be a lot harder. And as much as I really do hate to talk about it, because I think it is a very serious topic, it did definitely impact parts of the season for me. I think that a lot of people that made sure stuff was in check weren't really around this season. Of course, they were laid off. Just speculation off the dome, but it really does feel like that in some cases. But other than the chaos weapons, this is a really good loophole. All right, the striker pump is arguably, I think, better than the chapter 1 and 2 pump. I think it's better than the iron pump. I've been loving using the striker. It is absolutely amazing, and with the pullout time and like shot between shot time buffs it received, it is incredible. Okay, I think honestly, as long as they keep adding like weapons that are viable, this is gonna be a good loophole. All right, because an issue with the Chaos Reloader I also had was that it took away from, weapons like the surgical burst rifle or the Ranger pistol. It just like, why would you ever run those when you got this broken mess of a weapon, right? And now that it's balanced out a bit and they added the Warforged, I genuinely love the Warforged. It is a very good assault rifle. Now it's hit scan and not in that stupid Chapter 5 state, which I don't want anyone glazing Chapter 5 around me. Trust me, I played all of it for a long time. It was terrible. I hate Chapter 5. But we're past that now. We are past Chapter 5 now. And now we're in Chapter 7, and now we have a good loot pool. This is actually like a top 5 loot pool, I think, honestly. It is very fun. I've been running different loadouts, and it has been just a super blast of a time. Now, trust me, like, there is good parts of the season. I know I'm talking all doom and gloom and only really looking at the bad parts, but as someone like Tyler Fry says, it's very easy to pick out the bad parts than it is the good parts. But I just have one more topic and one more item I think needs some sort of balancing. It's the 7 sliders. And I'm not talking about the epic ones, all right? I'm talking about the mythic ones, all right? The ones you get from Sinister Strip. Now, these things, of course, it's infinite durability, which I guess would be fine for a mythic. The mythic gauntlets last season didn't really feel mythic. But my issue lies is in this. This clip was taken day 1 of the season. I found the mythic sliders in endgame, and I never stopped using them. And there's where my issue lies with the mythic sliders. Is it does have infinite durability, which is fair, but it has no cooldown. It's insane. It does, I would argue, make this up there for best mobility item next to Exotic Rift Launcher and maybe Spider-Man web shooters. But those two had cooldowns, all right? Or uses, like Spider-Man web shooters had 80 uses, and the Rift Launcher, you can only shoot 2 shots, and then you had to wait a certain period of time to get another shot. That's how all mobility should be. And these sliders, another issue is it doesn't even spawn in multiple places on the map. There's only one place, and that is the prison underneath Sinister Strip. All you have to do is just flip on 2 fuse boxes, and then you're good. You're gold, all right? You have a chance to get the mythic sliders. And I think, honestly, it's a higher chance than all of these bosses. I have found the mythic sliders so many times from that vault. Like, it's insane. I think only twice I have found, like, normal epic sliders. And they need to choose one or the other. They need to add higher durability or a cooldown. And I'm thinking a cooldown. Just add any form of a cooldown epic. It will make these things so much better to go up against. And it will make you feel like you're not at less of a disadvantage, all right, than the person who has it, who's just flying all over the place, shooting you, throwing stuff at you, and just, it's a free win. It's just a free win is all it is. All right, I don't think I win in this clip, but that's just skill issue. You have someone that's half decent that has those, they're going to win, all right? I'm not the best at Fortnite, but I can definitely see, like, a glaring problem with these boots. Now we got that all out of the way, all right? There are all my problems with the season. But now I would like to talk about some things I think I really like about the season, starting off with Extraction. I think the Sprite's Extraction, like, gimmick of this season is awesome. I think it is so cool. I think that having an incentive every game to, oh, let's loot this chest because I might get this sprite, or, I might find this variant. And I think that's just amazing. All right, I don't usually load into games with sprites, but honestly, I think it is the perfect mix of incentive and like kind of what the boons were in chapter 6. All right, they don't give medallion level powers, they give something like a little boost. All right, and there's only a chance unless it's like level 5. All right, and that's hard to do. That's hard to get to level 5. If Fortnite just takes any notes from adding new sprites and giving them, fine and not game breaking abilities and weapons that will benefit the loot pool and won't completely overwrite any other weapon in that class, then we got a really good season on our hands. All right, now I'm not saying anything just yet. I'm not saying this is a top 5 season just yet. I think that we need to be really careful considering this is a summer season, and usually those have a bit of a content drought. Usually, month in we're fine, but you get to 2 months and then you're like, okay, Epic, where is everything, And I think Epic has learned from seasons like chapter 3 season 3 or chapter 4 season 3, and they did step it up quite a bit in chapter 6 season 3. I thought we got a good amount of like weapons and items, but there was a bit of a slow period, and now there's going to be in every season, but it did feel a little bit more extended last season. So I'm really hoping we don't get that, because Fortnite has been in a state of decline for months now, and I've been seeing a lot of people on TikTok or Twitter talking about, dude, Fortnite's back. Like, people really like the start of this new season. So Epic, this is your chance to really add in something crazy, something good, something that's going to keep player retention, all right? Because you lost them and now they're back. And they want this game. They want this game to do good. I don't think there's a single person that doesn't want this game to do good, all right? Like, genuinely, you have a banger on your hands, all right? You just need to keep it up. And I believe they can. I really believe they can, all right? I have hope in Fortnite. I've always had hope in Fortnite. There's never been moments, unless maybe some in chapter 5 and then chapter 6 season 4 and a little bit in chapter 7 season 1, but I didn't even think that season was that bad, that I have doubted Fortnite a little bit, but they've always found a way to come back, and I think that's the great thing about Fortnite, is they just know, all right? And so, no calling it just yet, but I believe this season can do good. Now I'm about to die in this gameplay, and I don't want to add another one, so ladies and gents, that is the end of this video. And if you liked it, like and subscribe. I'm a very small content creator, and doing that would mean the world to me. So I hope you guys have a great day, and see you later. Bye-bye.
Yes, I see you. Oh, oops.